Hello everyone, my name is Mouse Tutorial and today I'm going to show you how to set up your basic mod file for your mod. So in the previous tutorial I showed you how to set it up, how to get this nice little screen, and I'm going to show you how to make a basic file and make sure that Forge loads your mod. So we're not going to do any fancy stuff like blocks or anything, but we're just going to make sure that we have a mod that works. Now think of a name for your mod. That name needs to be unique. So let's say I choose the name video tutorial. That name cannot be used by any other mod. So you need to think of a unique string. Now what you want to do is click on the Java package, on the Java folder, right click new package. So we're gonna make a new package and type your string in, all lowercase. So I'm gonna choose video tutorial and make sure it's unique. Once again, if it is not unique, you're gonna have problems. Now what we want to do is create a new class, and this is gonna be our main class for our mod, and this one can have uppercases if you want, and I want to. So there we go. We got a first class. Now I have set my IDE up so that it automatically creates a little header for me, but you might not have that. Just don't worry about it, it's not necessary. What is necessary though is the add mod notation. This is defined in Forge, and this is what loads your what Forge looks for to load your mod. So in the add mod notation we need to define three things: a mod ID, which is the string that you typed up here, a mod name, and a version. Now you can do mod ID is and just type the string right here if you want, but I like to keep things sorted. I like to keep my references in one class. So that what we're gonna do is right click on the package video tutorial, click new package, and type lib from library, of course, and hit enter. Now in that library package we're gonna make a new Java class called references. So that references class is gonna hold all our references. Now what you want to type is a final string, so it's going to be a constant of the mod ID, the name, and the version. So public static final string mod ID is, and as I said, mine is a video tutorial. Now make sure it's all lowercase because otherwise you might get problems later. And public static final string mod name is gonna be, and this can have uppercases and spaces and so on. This is what the people are gonna see when they open up your mod. And public wow, public static final string version 0.0.1. Now you notice that I had a little bit of problems typing this line. This is because I tried to use a few shortcuts in my IDE. It didn't work, but you need to learn them. Learn the shortcuts in your IDE. So there are a few which I will explain in this video series that are really useful. The first one I'm going to show you is that if you type PU, you get that public. That's, if you hit enter, it automatically fills it on. So if you type ST right now and I click enter, it automatically fills it on. If I type FI, final, boom, easy as that. So make sure you learn the combination so that you can easily public static final. Just learn it, really easy. So back to our main class, we define the mod ID as something in the references class, the value mod ID. Now the name is gonna be references.modName, and the version is going to be references.version. Now do you want to know what other values you can give? Control click on add mod and you'll see all kind of things that you can set: name, version, dependencies, accepted Minecraft versions, accepted remote versions, and so on and so on. So if you want to open up a class, for example this FML mod class, control and click on it. So I can also do that with references, control click, and I open the class up. So cool. Now there are more things that we need. To have something happen in your mod, there are 3 methods that you have to worry about. The first one is public void pre-init. We have a public. I have no idea why it's doing that. Public void init. And a public. What the? Is my insert on or something? And a public void post init. Now, sorry that it all goes wrong. I tried to do it really easy, but it doesn't work right now. I'll fix it in the next tutorial. So the pre-init is gonna do everything before the mod before Minecraft starts. So you know that basic loading screen where you see the big Minecraft title? That's what's gonna happen in the pre-init. And especially what you want to do in the pre-init is define blocks, define items, and define world generation. That's what you want to do in the pre-init. Now the init is when the mod is already, when Minecraft has already started, but you can do stuff like events, crafting stuff that you need blocks for, all kinds of stuff. And post init is more like, okay, after all the other mods are loaded, I want to place an add-on. So we're not gonna worry about the post init too much. Now in order to make this work, we need to do things again. Now we need to give it a parameter, which is the FML pre-initialization event, and I'm gonna call that event. And we also need to do that for the init. This takes an FML initialization event, and I'm gonna call it event. And don't forget your parameters. And the post init, as you might have guessed, FML post init event. One more thing we need to do before this method gets called is we need to give it an annotation at event handler. Easy as that. Give them all at event handler, and this one at event handler. So this method will now get called when your mod gets loaded. Just a little spacing here. Cool. Okay, and I told you there was one more thing that I want to do right now, is set up the proxies. What are proxies? Good questions. Well, there are 2 sides in Minecraft, which is the server side, which is going to do all the calculations. So if you break a block, what's going to happen? The server is going to tell you. The client side is what you see. So the textures are client side, the models are client side, the renderers are client side. And we need to keep those things apart. And we will define 2 special classes for that. So to do that, we need an annotation again, add sided proxy. And this takes 2 parameters, a server side and a client side. So this takes a string of where the proxies are located. So let's first create those proxies. And I like to put them in, and we click on video tutorial again, a new package, core.proxy. So create a new package called core.proxy, hit enter, and there we go. Now inside there you want to create 2 proxies, one for the client side and one for the server side. So first we're going to make the server side, which we call common proxy. And in the proxy class we also create a, in the proxy package we also create a client proxy. Now it's a little bit weird, but the client proxy needs to extend the common proxy. It's easy as that, just do it. Cool, so now we have that location of where the proxies are, and as I said, I like to keep things sorted, so we're going to store where they are located in our references. So public static final string client side is client proxy, let's call it. It's located in video tutorial.core.proxy.client proxy. So once again we have this package video tutorial core proxy client proxy. Now the server side is really easy then. Common proxy is, make sure you take double quotations mark by the way, video tutorial dot core dot proxy dot common proxy. There we go. So now we can reference that again. So references dot common proxy and references.client proxy. Cool. Now this is gonna throw an error because we need to make an object of our proxy. So let's make a static object of a proxy, so public static, and the class that we want to make an object of common proxy, and we're gonna make that we're gonna call that proxy. So right now you have everything that you need to have your mod loaded. Let's see if it is actually in the game by launching it. Now if we load up, this is the pre-init actually, a little bit before this was the pre-init. Anyway, so if we click on proc mods now, we see that our video tutorial mod is in the video tutorial mod version 0.0.1 and everything that you need to know. So this is how you do it. If you enjoyed the tutorial, if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to check out my website where a lot of more tutorials are already, and the text tutorials as well. So yeah, basically this is it. This is how you do it. The next tutorial will be about how to add a basic block, a generic block, I would almost say. And yeah, probably I'll see you next time. So see ya.